Actually, I think I'm lucky last.
Oh, sorry. Otherwise, sorry.
Oh, am I going? All right, okay, here we go.
No, there you go. There are my pictures. Sorry about that. I didn't mean it. See, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
And that was my 5-minute thing. No, anyway. Okay, all right. So back to technical a little bit, I think. But anyway, to understand what we've achieved in innovation and collaboration, you need to understand the problem that we've been dealing with. And essentially, to limit the impact of a pest or disease outbreak, you need to contain it really fast. And this is what the entire biosecurity community in Australia is focused on. That community is made up of over 150 government, research and industry organisations. And essentially, they need to be able to collaborate real-time together, share information, tap into expertise so they can limit the impact of potential pest and disease outbreaks. So $17 million worth of federal funding from Department of Innovation went into establishing a platform. And that platform essentially enables people across the biosecurity community to be able to establish virtual workspaces to support their collaboration activities. The platform was called the Australian Biosecurity Intelligence Network, and it essentially acts as a portal of entry into those virtual work environments. And you can access it either from a website or through a virtual private network. And this is what it does, and I'm sorry if that's a bit dark. It'd be better if there wasn't all the lights down the front. But essentially it supports real-time collaboration across organisations, supporting people meeting face-to-face, but also real-time research type activities, broadcasting out to very large audiences of over a couple of hundred people at a time, but also collaboration around documents and other information. In addition to that, it provides an expertise resource directory, information repositories, secure mapping capability, virtual diagnostics, and all of these functions are available on mobile devices. It's supported by a skills-based team. We have virtual environment specialists. We also have a development team, an infrastructure and security team, trainers, and also change managers. And this spread of skills enables us to take a holistic approach in working with communities to understand their vision of collaboration, to design virtual environments for them to be able to work with their communities, their stakeholders, but also to help identify any adoption barriers and helping them overcome those. At the moment, there's 48 organisations that are using the platform and over 400 registered members. And they're spread across different levels of government, but also the research sector and industry. An independent evaluation looking at what would happen if this was adopted to support the national biosecurity system speculated that there would be at least a 1% improvement in efficiency, which would lead to savings between $10 and $50 million a year. There's also great opportunities to make savings in travel budgets. So across governments, organisations spend around about $10 to $20 million a year on travel. So only a very small percentage of those meetings need to be held online to essentially make travel savings, but also to reduce the carbon footprint. So the Safeguarding Australia community is a massive community. The biosecurity sector is just one of those sectors. But across that community, they all share a common need to be able to access information and expertise that sits in very diverse and different organisations across Australia, but also internationally. So towards the end of last year, there was a decision to open up the availability of this infrastructure for across the Safeguarding Australia community under a fee-for-service approach. So now it's essentially a race against time. Growing that user base across the Safeguarding Australia community, but also earning enough revenue back through the fee-for-service approach to self-sustain before federal funding runs out towards the end of this year. So what are some of my personal thoughts that I can share with you? Well, this platform certainly provides communities with the ability to innovate in the way they collaborate together. But you can't underestimate the effort that needs to go into identifying and overcoming adoption challenges. So there's no one recipe, no one community is the same. It's important to work really closely with individual communities to understand adoption barriers and help them get over those. You also need a really successful team, so a team of staff that are going to push the boundaries, that are highly creative and innovative, but also bring a diversity of workplace cultures, which I think are key ingredients to innovation. In addition to that, achieving innovation in collaboration takes time. It takes time for the stakeholder community to adopt a different way of actually working together. And key to success, so the last one, the reason why our service model has been so successful is because we empower others. So essentially it's up to the user communities to take ownership of these collaborative, innovative approaches in using this infrastructure. So they really are the leaders of change amongst their colleagues. Thanks very much.